Hey everybody, welcome back to Below the Back Porch. We've been talking about foundations. If you missed yesterday's Devo, go back and watch it. We talked about how Jesus said, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on rock, somebody who had a good foundation. We have sandy soil here at our house, and so now that our deck is being rebuilt, major work was done on these massive concrete foundations. And Jesus said to have a good foundation in our lives spiritually, we have to do what he tells us to do. Well, you know, the book of James in the Bible was written by Jesus's half-brother, James. And in the first chapter, he starts wrapping up with this verse from James 1:22. So be doers of the word and not hearers only. Very similar to what Jesus has told us in Matthew chapter 7. Don't just listen to my words, actually do them. And then James gives 3 examples of how you can know that you have been effectively putting God's word into practice and building a good foundation in your life. And I got these 3 points from Rick Warren. Number 1, you'll have a controlled mouth, because James goes on to say in James 1:26, those who consider themselves religious and yet don't keep a tight rein on their tongues deceive themselves, and their religion is worthless. So you'll have a controlled mouth. And then second, you'll have a caring heart. He says in the next verse, religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faultless is this, to look after widows and orphans in their distress. So you'll have a controlled mouth, a caring heart, and number 3, a clean mind. The last part of James 1:27, and keep oneself from being polluted by the world. Those things, James tells us, are evidence of genuine Christianity, a Christianity that is built on a good foundation, that is putting the words of Jesus into practice. You know, in John 13:17, Jesus tells his followers, now that you know these things, you will be blessed if you do them. In other words, the blessings of being a Christian, of following Jesus, come when you put his teachings into practice, when you are like Jesus. This weekend, I'm excited because I'm going to teach about how Jesus handled stress. Jesus had a very busy ministry. How did he handle the stresses of that ministry, the daily stresses of his life? He had 3 daily practices that strengthened him. So let's put those into practice in our lives. We will be building a good foundation for the stressful times. Hope you can join us either in person or in our live stream for those services this weekend. God bless you. Have a good one.